Hey everyone, Nick here from Another BookTube channel, and today I'm going to be showing you my book haul from a recent trip to New York City. I don't really do book haul videos because I don't usually buy books in such quantities that it justifies it. You need to usually buy 5 books at a time to justify a book haul. But I had a recent trip to Manhattan for an event, and so I hit up a couple bookshops and I managed to accrue enough to justify a book haul video. The event itself was at the Strand bookstore in New York City. It was for a conversation with Paul Tremblay and Stephen Graham Jones. They were both there promoting something. Stephen Graham Jones was promoting his new release book, Don't Fear the Reaper, which is a sequel to My Heart is a Chainsaw. And Paul Tremblay was there kind of promoting the new movie, Knock at the Cabin, but mostly promoting the book Cabin at the End of the World and its new movie cover, movie poster cover. I did post a recap video of that event, so if you're interested, I'll put a link in the comments. It was a really fun day, and I had a lot of fun making the video, so I do hope you check that out. But on to the book haul, and I am gonna start with a book that is actually, I didn't acquire it that day, I had brought it with me, and that is My Heart is a Chainsaw. The reason I'm showing it here is because I did acquire a signature on the inside. There was a signing after the event, and I got this signed by Stephen Graham Jones. I'll put up a picture here of his signature, but I got to talk to him a little bit, and I mentioned that I really love The Only Good Indians, which I foolishly didn't bring with me, and so he signed it. Nick, man, thanks for hanging with Lewis and them dudes. Stephen Graham Jones. So that was really cool. He was a really nice guy, by the way. So again, please check out that recap video I posted. But yeah, really glad to have a signature on this. I just finished reading this book actually the other day. I had not finished it when I was at the event. It had a bookmark in it, and so when I handed it to Jones, I told him, please don't touch the bookmark, because that's literally where I am up to the book. So yeah, keep an eye out. There should be a review posted for this book on my channel very, very soon. Okay, now on to the newly acquired books. This is another one that I picked up at the event, and that is Don't Fear the Reaper by Stephen Graham Jones, the sequel to My Heart is a Chainsaw. When I was buying tickets for the event, they gave you 3 options. It was buy a ticket and nothing else, or buy a ticket and get a copy of Don't Fear the Reaper signed by Jones, or buy a ticket and get a copy of Cabin at the End of the World signed by Paul Tremblay. Now, I love Cabin at the End of the World, and I already own a copy. I would have gone for that option, but the new edition that they were promoting there was the one with the movie poster cover, and I hate movie poster covers. I just think they're so ugly. I prefer the original artwork on the cover, even if the original book cover artwork isn't that great. I prefer it over a movie poster. So I decided to go with Don't Fear the Reaper, even though at the time I hadn't even read My Heart is a Chainsaw yet. Yeah, just picked this up. Have not started it yet. I have a few things to get out of the way first. Obviously, I needed to finish Chainsaw before I started this one. But this one I'll also be getting to soon, and there will most likely be a review on the channel. Another book acquired at the event itself, Paul Tremblay's The Little Sleep. So I'm a big idiot, and I went to this event thinking this is only going to be the advertised conversation, and then they're going to finish their conversation, and then they're going to leave, and then we're all going to leave, and everyone's going to go home. No, obviously there was a signing afterward, and I'm an idiot. Even though I own first edition, first printings of every Paul Tremblay book, basically, I didn't bring a single one of them with me to get signed. So I wanted to get something signed, so I bought the only book of his that I don't own, well, one of the only books that I don't own, which is The Little Sleep. I also don't own No Sleep Till Wonderland, but this was there. It was the last copy. I figured, why not? I've actually read this before, but it was such a long time ago, I really don't remember it. And it works out really well because I did intend to read this book, and this gave me a good excuse to pick it up. And it is signed on the inside. Again, I'll put a picture up here. And because of the, if you're not aware, this book is about a narcoleptic detective. Yeah, the note that Paul wrote inside is, to Nick, stay awake. Nice meeting you, Paul Tremblay. Looking forward to reading this one again. Basically for the first time, because I really remember nothing about it. Next up, the only other book that I bought at the Strand It was really disappointing because the event was on the rare book floor. The floor wasn't actually open for browsing and shopping. So I didn't get to really look at any cool rare or vintage books at the Strand. But I did find in the bottom level a bin of just half-price paperbacks, which is where I was able to pick up Full Moon by Jim Butcher, the second Dresden Files book. I read Stormfront last year and I liked it, but I didn't love it. And this was kind of the perfect opportunity for me to get the second book because I didn't want to pay full price for it because I didn't love the first book enough to do it. And I was just going to keep putting this off. It was never going to be at the top of my shopping list, but finding it for 50% off, perfect. So I got it for $5. Now I will be able to read this pretty much whenever I want. I mean, the first book I breezed through because it's such an easy read. I imagine this one will be the same. So this was a perfect find for this trip. So closing out here, I've got 3 more books, but I'm going to show them all at once because they're all part of the same series. I got these not at the Strand, but at a shop around the corner from the Strand called Alabaster Bookshop. It's a really small used bookshop that I really like. And the books that I got are 3 Edgar Rice Burroughs books. I got Carson of Venus, Escape on Venus, and The Moon Maid, all by Burroughs. And honestly, I bought these pretty much entirely because of the Frank Frazetta covers. I'm a big Frank Frazetta fan. I've been to his museum in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. It was a really great experience. I love his artwork. His impact on fantasy is just unbelievable. And if you're a fantasy fan, you really should educate yourself on all that he did for the genre with his paintings, primarily his paperback covers in particular were hugely impactful. He's the reason Conan the Barbarian looks the way that you think Conan the Barbarian looks. These are not Conan books. These are part of the, I guess just the Venus series. I don't really know what they're called. I don't know anything about Edgar Rice Burroughs. I've never read one of his books. I think maybe I will probably start with these. I think I am interested in reading them. I just don't know when I'm going to get to them. But really happy to find these, mostly because I'm a big Frazetta fan. So yeah, a small book haul. I know that there are much better book haul videos on YouTube, and I'm not going to be doing these a lot. I just thought maybe you'd find this interesting. If you did, please let me know in the comments. Maybe I could try to do something like this again in the future. I could do quarterly book hauls maybe, because I don't buy enough in a week or a month to justify it. But maybe I could do like every 3 months all the books that I picked up in that quarter. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I'll try it out. But for now, thank you for spending some time with me today. It's time to get back to reading.